lineup of Cook's Essentials with Bob Warden and the hard cone enamel at the end of this Now You're Cooking special. Patty Smith, come on down. I always wanted to say that, you know. Welcome to QVC. Patty Smith is here representing a really amazing microwave oven, which we have in colors that coordinate back to a lot of the kitchen items that we have here at QVC from other designers, so that's great. It comes in black, it comes in silver, it comes in white. It's $153.12. However, there is a $20 rebate.
That's correct.
That comes along from the manufacturer. So that brings your final price down to $133.12. So even though you're seeing $153.12 on the screen, the price after rebate, that little guy right down there, is $132.12. This is the Sharp Platinum series, and it's got sensor cook. But what's, as a cook expert, what do you love best about this?
It's big on the inside and it's small on the outside. You know, I always say it's better to have that space and not need it than to need it and not have it. When you have the whole family over, for, well, whether it's Super Bowl Sunday.
What's approximately diameter of a tray?
Now this, the carousel that comes in here is 16-inch diameter.
Wow.
Now this platter is actually about an inch larger than that, but you've got just a little overhang there. But this, and even I didn't believe it when I saw this platter, that it would fit and turn. It will fit and it will turn. And this dish, the carousel in here, will hold a 9 by 13 3-quart dish. It'll hold a 4-quart dish. But the amazing thing is, the one thing most kitchens need more of is counter space. So they don't want to afford the big microwave, all that space. But this is only 19.5 inches wide. So when you see, this is the average full-size microwave, and then you see the Platinum collection here, which actually has a larger carousel. This is 16-inch carousel in here.
Yeah, I see
and,
that.
Here we would be looking at giving a whole 5 inches of counter space. So you ask anybody that cooks, 5 inches is
That's
a
lot of space.
That's like a 25-inch microwave.
So you've got more space inside of here than in the one below, and it's still 5 inches more counter space that you never had before. That's awesome. And they look very sleek and elegant. Again, price after rebate, $133.12. What's sensor cook that's right there on our graphic?
Well, the sensor cook actually detects how long to cook the food. This is not, you're not just giving up 5 inches of microwave. You don't think you might think that you're giving up a lot of other features, but this has the most deluxe features of any of our microwaves on this. It takes all the guesswork out of cooking. All those potatoes and that squash right there.
Well, see,
if
that's
you didn't
just
know how long to cook this spaghetti squash, you could just put it in and touch the vegetable sensor or the baked potato sensor. We're going to take this, this shrimp cocktail right here.
Isn't that nice that you can cook it right in the dish that you're going to present it in?
Seafood is really tricky because if you go just too long, it's going to be tough and rubbery. Now we're going to touch the main entree key right there, and number 4 will be fish and seafood. And all I do is touch the start, and while it's flashing sensor cook fish or seafood, it's thinking, it's measuring the amount of vapor in the food and figuring out exactly how long to cook.
Wow.
If I wanted to heat the chicken wings up, I would just put them in and touch the reheat sensor or the baked potato sensor.
So I hope you guys realize what's happening. Like, no longer do you have, like me with my microwave, to go over and get a cooking chart and figure it out and how much do I have and stick it in there and hope and pray that it's going to come out and it's going to come out okay. This is actually sensing as the food is cooking whether the moisture level is right, whether it's done all the way, which is so important with fish or seafood or meat. And here's the update, guys. Value, because you get a $20 rebate from the manufacturer, bringing this down to $133.12. We have about 200 left in the black. We have about 200 in the white. We only have 85 in the silver. And even right back here, we show you, this is about the same size as a classic
so many
microwave.
small apartments and things thought they could only use this little, you know, a little small compact microwave, which is 19 inches. And so then they have this one little turntable in there. But for the same amount of counter space, now they can have the biggest turntable in the industry. In fact, Jane, watch this. You try to stick this big, this is a 4-quart dish. It has no trouble fitting and turning in the Sharp. Try to stick it in there.
Not happening.
In fact, that turntable will fit inside of that dish.
Wow.
So
you can see how much more space you have. But not just about space. I mean, I think we realize that. But when you look up here It says more from your microwave. So I never have time early in the morning to get out a user guide to figure out how to use it. Right here it tells you what numbers to push for things like scrambled eggs and bacon, lunch on the run, how to do hot dogs.
Exactly.
Just reheat pizza. How many times you reheat pizza? The numbers are all right
and
here.
look at this pizza.
Wow. One dish dinners.
Pizza we could put in and reheat that pizza.
And all you would need to do is lunch on the run and reheat pizza number 5. For instance, if you're like me and you're always defrosting at the last minute, they have a super defrost guide for chicken pieces with bone or ground meat, how to defrost larger pieces like a roast or a casserole. Oh, how many times do we reheat coffee and tea? So all of this is part of getting more from your microwave. And then over here, with sensor cooking, how to have vegetables soft, hard, or cook the frozen, how to cook ground meat, chicken, rice, or seafood, all of these breakfast foods. It's more than just your traditional microwave. And look at this gorgeous shrimp cocktail. I don't know if you guys
it just
can
took all the guesswork out. Now, whether it was a lobster or, you know, crab legs or whatever,
that's hot.
it would be no problem to just put them in there and touch the seafood sensor.
How close can you guys get? Can you come over here? Because I want you to see the moisture on this piece of shrimp. You know, so many times it is just kind of overdone. I don't know if you can see on the inside. Look how moist that is. And that, again, is that sensor cook that makes all the difference.
And I could have 6 shrimp, or I could have a whole casserole dish full of shrimps and scallops. But you do more than just reheating. You're actually cooking. You know, so many people think they don't use their microwave, but when it comes to baked potatoes and vegetables and the squash, and it's such a so much more healthful way to cook. Also, Jane, it's not just for the space conscious, the style conscious. Look how stylish
well, like
it is.
I said earlier, it matches in color a lot of the different cookware or the different appliances that we've had that have come in this granite steel gray color. And of course, we all know that the stainless steel look in the new kitchens are all the rage with the professional looking stoves and those great side-by-side refrigerators. But even if it's an older kitchen and you want to spruce it up with some white or the black, we have that as well. And remember, it's $153.12, but it is a $20 rebate, which brings the final cost down to $133.12. Thank you so much for being here, Patty.
Thank
it's
you,
great
Jane.
having you on the air.
Thank you very much.
We're going to continue.